Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. This video is to congratulate none other than Jake the Snake Roberts. Honestly, as I was growing up, I don't even know the whole story of Jake Roberts, but once I started tuning in at WWF back in the day, Jake Roberts was easily one of the most popular wrestler there was. He just drew your attention to him, not just because he carried the big old python with him and he had the huge snake in his pants and all that junk, but I think this is an awesome accomplishment for Jake. I mean, how far Jake's come. I mean, everybody's seen Beyond the Mat. Everybody's seen him, taking bookings for crack cocaine and his drinking problems, and all that's been exposed over the years, and just how he's, really just turned his life around, getting hooked up with DDP and how far it's come. Honestly, the only person I can see inducting Jake Roberts into the Hall of Fame would be Diamond Dallas Page, and it would just sort of like, just bring him full circle in the WWF. I mean, for so long, this guy was just untouchable, and they would give him second and third and fourth chances because of how big of a legend this guy is. But it seemed like the last time was the last time, and it was so hard and so long for his path to be taken back. The Pick Your Poison DVD is an awesome documentary. Honestly, just out of the middle of nowhere, I watched this documentary maybe about, I'd say, in the last 2 to 3 months, as I was just cruising around and I wanted something good to watch that I knew would take my attention and it would draw me in. Jake Roberts, as he talked about how he would do his promos back in the day, where he would, speak softly, just because, like, if everybody's yelling at the top of their lungs about how they're gonna kick their ass, and some guy just starts, just barely whispering, you're going to want to hear what this guy's saying because it's different than everybody else. And you're going to crank the volume way up, and you're going to get close to the TV, and you're going to, tilt your head and it's like you're drawing his words in and you're connecting with him just to be like that. And it's just little things like that he did. And just like, he's the guy that almost like everyone has tried to copy, and no one has really been able to get that, sort of psychology of wrestling down. I mean, like, I can remember just I can remember loving this guy. He would go out and he would fight like Andre the Giant. I'm sure he teamed with Hulk Hogan at a Survivor Series. But just the one most memorable feud that he has, it would honestly be him against the Macho Man, which started, at the wedding when they gave him the wedding present, him and the Undertaker, and the Python jumped out of the box and tried to bite Elizabeth, which led to, Randy Savage getting, I think that was when he had to get reinstated. And, they had the Python bite onto his arm. And that was all a big, ruse. He was supposed to fight at the Survivor Series, but that match got pushed back to the Tuesday in Texas because of how big that feud really was. And WWF was trying to test out if, they could do sort of weekly pay-per-views, because I don't remember, because I was going to say that it happened on a Sunday, and then they turned around and did another show in a few days. But, the Tuesday in Texas pay-per-view was the sort of tester to what ended up becoming, the in-your-house pay-per-views, where they would run an extra show, and they would just charge less for it, just for those people who really wanted to see what was going on and needed one more night of wrestling, because there wasn't a ton back there. It's not like now when you had Raw and SmackDown, Main Event, all the stuff that you can watch online, and TNA if you want to watch that as well. But just congratulations to Jake. Honestly, to me, I don't know. There is some bad stuff from his career. That whole feud with him trying to, bring Warrior up to become, I don't even know what the fuck they were trying to do. If he was trying to train him to beat The Undertaker, and then he ended up turning on him in the end, or where the hell that was going. But I think everybody can remember the Jake locking him in the room of snakes and the fake snake jumping up in Warrior's face and him selling it like crazy as it bit him in the face. And I never really liked when, Jake Roberts jumped the first time, went over to WCW and attacked Sting out of the middle of nowhere. I thought that he had a good storyline behind it once, he got to tell a story that, when you go to I think he was saying when you go to a new yard, and that's what he was calling WCW, you don't attack the smallest guy, you go after the biggest guy in the yard. And that was Sting. It was one of the most popular guys there was, but him and WCW never really worked out. It's hard to remember any big moments that he had there. It's all WWF. And now WrestleMania, I mean, this is something I've really been pushing for since, honestly, WrestleMania 27, him coming from Stone Mountain, Georgia, him being put in Atlanta, Georgia there at the, I was going to say the Georgia Dome, but it was at the Phillips Arena, but I don't know. Who cares? I don't even know when you really get inducted into the Hall of Fame anymore. I don't even want to make a whole video on it, but just the sub rants, it just, is it when you get put in the Hall of Fame, you make your speech, you're in the Hall of Fame, or is it the next night? Because I sat there at Kurt Angle's induction ceremony. I watched everybody talk about him. I watched him accept his award, and then he came out on the pay-per-view the next night. Now they're re-inducting him again next week on Impact into the Hall of Fame. I was there. I ate the crappy mashed potatoes. I ate the chicken or the turkey, whatever the heck it was. It wasn't great, but it was good, and I ate the salad, and I drank some water because it was free. But I don't know what the hell TNA's doing. But congratulations to Jake. Hope he brings the snake. Old School Raw was awesome. I know he was really pushing to get into the Rumble this year, and it didn't happen. But I don't know. It is what it is. I think he had a good moment at Old School Raw, and I don't think a whole bunch of people saw it, so I think that was the best thing about it. Thumbs up, guys.